Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about simplex method. In this simplex method we are going to see about the maximize the problem. Okay. So this is the given equation z is equal to 5x1 plus 7x2. So this equation is called as objective function and these are all the set of constraints given in this equation. Three set of constraints is given in this equation. Okay. Here it is given x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 4. 3x1 plus 8x2 is less than or equal to 24. 10x1 plus 7x2 is less than or equal to 35. If in this equation, if it is given as less than or equal to means, we have to add the slack variables. If it is less than or equal to means, we have to add the slack variables. So now let's go on to the solution. Let's find the slack variables b. Here we are having three equations. So we are going to add three slack variables here. They are like S1, S2 and S3. So in this equation we are adding three slack variables. Okay. In general objective function also we have to add three slack variables and it doesn't have any value. So we have put here as 0. So this standard linear program equation will become 5x1 plus 7x2 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. Okay, so this is the equation we have derived by adding slack variables. Now get into design the simplex table now. Okay, so this is the general format, so it shouldn't change in any iteration. So the first one is CBI and CJ variable value BB, then given variables x1, x2, s1, s2, s3 solution ratio. So fix this template. It doesn't change for even any iterations. Okay, even you go for the second iteration or third iteration, this value doesn't change. Just keep it as it is. Okay, so CJ value is nothing but the variable, the value along with the variable that given from the standard linear equation. The variable x1 means 5x1, 7x2, 0s1, 0s2 and 0s3. This is the general objective equation we are given. Then move on to the variable along with the equation. That is, we are having three slack variables here. So put it here s1, s2 and s3. This is the values along incorporate with a slack variable. The values are 0, 0, 0. So here we represent it as 0, 0, 0. Now you are all clear. So this is the general objective function equation. This is the slack variables and its values. Okay. So now get into the values. So you should enter the values here. So first equation value s1 means first equation value here. x1 value is 1. So put here as 1. x2 value is 1. So put here as 1. S1 value is 1. So put here as 1. The first equation doesn't have any S2 and S3. So here we mark it as 0 and 0. The final solution here is 4. So here I mentioned is 4. Likewise for three equations we mentioned the values along with the variables. Here 3, 8, 1, 24. So I mentioned here as 3, 8, 1, 24. The second equation doesn't have S1 and S3. So just I mentioned here it is 0 and 0. Okay. So then the third variable. Third equation is 10, 7, 1 and 35. So I here mentioned is 10, 7, 1 and 35. It doesn't have any S1 and S2. So I just marked here it is 0 and 0. So this is the table, initial simplex table I have created from the given data. Nothing much I can derive. I just represented it from the given data. Okay. So now we are going to find out the key row and the key column and also key element. How we are going to identify which one is the key row and the key column means from the values we get it from here. Okay. So now calculate zj value. Okay. So zj is nothing but summation of CBI into xi. That means you have to multiply the values and add it off. Okay, that means 0 into 1 plus 0 into 3 plus 0 into 10. Put it here. So here it comes 0. Likewise, you have to make it for each and every rows. So for here, you have to mention this 0 into 1 plus 0 into 8 plus 0 into 7. Likewise here 0 into 1 plus 0 into 0 plus 0 into 0. So here comes 0. Here means 0 into 0 plus 0 into 1 plus 0 into 0. So here comes 0. So for Zj, for initial table, all values come as 0. So now let's recalculate Zj minus Cj. Okay, Zj we got it as 0. Cj means you have to calculate it from the initial given objective function. Okay, so 0 minus 5. So the answer is minus 5. 0 minus 7. So the answer is minus 7. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. So from this, you have to choose the maximum negative value. Just keep it in a mind. For you have to take the key column. For choosing the key column, you have to take the most negative value. So here the most negative value is minus 7. So consider this as key column. Okay, the most negative value is considered as a key column. For key row, you have to calculate by using the ratio. So first calculate the ratio and identify the key column. Okay, so the ratio will be identified by 4, the solution divided by key column. Okay, key column element. The solution divided by key column. We choose the key column instead. So from maximum negative values, we choose the key column. So from the solution divided by key column 4. Solution divided by key column 8. Solution divided by key column 5. So here we got the ratio. From that ratio, you have to take the minimum positive value. Here maximum negative value, here minimum positive value. So the minimum positive value will be considered as a key row. So this is key column, this is key row. So which coincides the key row and the key column is called as key element. Here our key element is 8. So we found out the key column, key element and also key row. Okay, so we found out these 3. So now let us take here the key row leaves and the key column enters the table. Here the slack variable leave and this column, key column enter into the table. So now key element is 8, entering variable is x2 and leaving variable is s2. Entering variable is x2, leaving variable is s2. So now you are going to create a first iteration table. So leave it as it is. It doesn't change. Okay. This values doesn't change. Like first table, you have to put all the values here. Now s1, s2 leaves instead of s2. Okay. For first iteration table, the s2 column leaves from here and it comes x2 enters into the table. Okay. So for finding out the new x2 values, the formula is old element divided by the key element. Yes. The old element we have got here is 3. So old element divided by the key element is 8. So 3 by 8. Here the old element is 8. 8 divided by key element is 8. So 8 by 8 is 1. Here the old element is 0. Our key element is 8. So 0 by 8 is 0. Here our old element is 1. Key element is 8. So 1 by 8. 0. The same by 8. So 0. Here our solution is 24. 24 divided by our key element is 8. So 24 by 8 is 3. So this is our new x2 value. So we are leaving slack variable s2 from the old table and entering our new variable x2 into the new table. Okay. For this values x2, we are going to find out by using the formula old value by key element. So apply to all and find out a new row for x2. Okay. So for this is for key row. So for non-key rows, like here what is key row? Here it is key row. For non-key rows means s1 and s3, we have to find out by using old value minus new value of x2. Did you get my point? So the old value of s1 minus new value of x2. So 1 minus 3 by 8. 1 minus 1. 1 minus 0. 0 minus 1 by 8. This 1, 1, 1 or get it from the old s1 values. Okay. So 4 minus new value of x1, 3. That is equal to 1. So this s1 value is nothing but old value of s1 minus new value of x2. So we found it from here. Likewise for s3. So s3 means the old value here is 10 minus new value of s3. So 3 by 8. 7 minus 1 into 7. So by this you have also find the same like this. Okay. So after solving these and all, you get the values like this. After solving these and all, you get the values like this for s1, x2 and the x3. Okay. So 5 by 8. From this you are going to find out zj. Zj is nothing but you already know now. 0 into 5 by 8 plus 7 into 3 by 8 plus 0 into 59 by 8. By summation all we get the values is 21 by 8. For 7, 0 into 0, 7 into 1, 0 into 0. So you get 7. For same all you get the zj values like 21 by 8, 7, 0, 7 by 8, 0. Then zj minus jj. Zj minus cj means 21 by 8 minus 5. 7 minus 7. 0 minus 0. 7 by 8 minus 0. Then 0. So from this you are going to choose the most negative value. So most negative value is the key column. So our next key column is x1. So from that you are going to find out the key row. So key row means you are going to subtract your solution from our key column element. So divide our solution. Ratio means this one will be the formula. Just note it down. Ratio is equal to solution by key column element. So here our solution is 1, key column element is 5 by 8. So 1 by 5 by 8, 3 by 3 by 8, 14 by 59 by 8. So we get the values like here. So here we are going to choose minimum positive value. That will be our key row. So the value it consists of key row and the key column is our key element. So here which one will leave and which one will enter? Our pivot element is 5 by 8. The entering variables is x1 and our leaving variable is s1. So s1 leaves, x1 enter. Now move on to the second iteration table. In the second iteration table, just leave it as it is. Nothing change in this main template. So leave it as it is. You are just entering x1, x2 and s3. Here s1, s2 leaves and s3 remains. So x1 value will be, you know already now, old value by key element. So x1 old value is 5 by 8. So 5 by 8, key element here is 5 by 8. So 5 by 8 divided by 5 by 8 will give 1. Likewise for 0. 0 by 5 by 8 is 0. For this 0 by 1 by 5 by 8 means 8 by 5. Here the 1 by minus 1 by 8 here is minus 1 by 5. So old element divided by Q element will be our new x1 value. For x2 and x3, that means for non-key row, you are going to find out by using this formula. What we told for here we already calculate now. For s1 and s3 we already calculate now. Likewise we are going to calculate for x2 and s3. Okay. So for x2, for our old x2 value is 3 by 8. From the given table we already know old x2 value is 3 by 8. Just write it down as it is. Then you are going to find out the new x2 value. How it going to, your formula is key column element into new x1 value. So our key column element here is key column element, not a key element. Which element present in that key column will be our key column element. Okay. So here our key column element is 3 by 8 into x1 value. X1 value is here We are found out now new x1 value. So x1 value is 1. So 3 by 8 into 0. 3 by 8 into 8 by 5. 3 by 8 into minus 1 by 5. 3 by 8 into 0. 3 by 8 into 8 by 5. So we get some values. You are going to subtract your old x2 value from our new values. So 3 by 8 minus 3 by 8 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. 0 minus 3 by 5 is minus 3 by 5. 1 minus minus 3 by 40. After simplifying this, we got 1 by 5. Then 0. Then 12 by 5. So this is our new x2 value. So just fill it in this new table. So this x1 value, how we find out? By using old element by key element. X2 value, how we find out? X2 value means you are going to multiply key column element into our x1 value and subtract from the old x2 value we got. So already இருக்கிற x2 value ல இருந்து நீ subtract பண்ணணும். From which one you are going to subtract means you are going to multiply your key column elements into a new x1 value. So from we found out the x2 value. Likewise for s3 you are going to find out your old s3 value is 59 by 8. 0 minus 7 by 8 is 0, 14. Your new x2 value means what I told. You are going to multiply your key column element. This is our key column element in this row. Yeah. So key column element is 59 by 8 into our new x1 value. This one is our new x1 value. So after solving this, subtract from old x2 from new value, we are getting the solution. Just fill it in this table. So we are getting S3 values like this. Okay. So now we find out the ZJ. ZJ already know now. 1 into 5 plus 7 into 0 plus 0 into 0. You got 5. Likewise for this 5 into 0 plus 7 into 1 plus 0 into 0. You got 7. Likewise for this one. 5 into 8 by 5. So likewise we got some values. Then ZJ minus 3J means 5 minus 5. 7 minus 7. 19 by 5 minus 0. So we got this as here. So here for ZJ and ZJ, look here there is no negative value. So we have to stop our iteration here and find the solution for all. The solution is same. 5 into 8 by 5 plus 7 into 12 by 5 plus 0 into 11 by 5. You got the value as 124 by 5. So x1, here the slack variables s1 and s2 removed. So x1, x2 values are found out. x1, x2 values are found out. So x1 value is 8 by 5, x2 value is 12 by 5. Then we doesn't have to consider the slack variables. It is just some little positive value only. Okay, so the final answer is 124 by 5. Just cross check. Your substitute the given values in your objective function, objective equation and cross check the result. If you substitute z is equal to 5x1 plus 7x2, for x 8 by 5, for x2 12 by 5, you get the same 124 by 5 from that given table. So both the values got matched. So the obtained result we found is the same as we found. Thus the simplex method is verified. So this method is only for the maximized problem. Thank you.